You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Oh, hi there. We didn't
hello.
see you.
I definitely did not because I was looking at my iPad.
We just wanted to take a moment here to say thank you to the people who help make this show possible, our sponsors and you patrons. First of all, thank you so much to Die Hard Dice. Die Hard Dice is the place to go for the most beautiful quality dice and accessories with over 25,000 five-star reviews over the course of the spans of their company. They have been knocking it out of the park for years. 25,000. They have incredible selections, incredible dice, accessories we mentioned, like our dice boxes you see us use here on the table every week, lifelink counters for your Magic the Gathering games. If you want to find the perfect set of dice for your new D&D character, go to Die Hard Dice. They have such an incredible selection. It'll blow you away.
I still love the new ones that you got.
Oh, so good. So good. But
we are also sponsored by Eldritch Foundry. It's beautiful detailed minis now available pre-painted in full color. They're printed that way. So many options, so many customizations and poses. You'll be amazed at all the looks that you can create. A reminder, they've got a new bust mode.
yes.
Bust out the bust mode, where you can immortalize your favorite characters in gorgeously printed Roman-style busts. I still have to do this. I want to do one for Uggo. It'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Get bigger, bolder, and bustier with their all-new bust mode. Use Eldritch Foundry and make your characters' minis epic. And be sure to use our discount code, TheDungeonRun, all one word, capital TDR, at checkout. And for Die Hard Dice...
Thank you, I forgot to mention it.
You can use Dungeon Run, capital DR, all one word, at checkout for a discount on us.
No the on Die Hard.
Yeah, no
That's
the
right.
on Die Hard.
But we wouldn't be here without patreon.com/thedungeonrun. It is what makes the show happen. Thank you to all of you patrons. You get access to so many great behind the scenes, extra stuff, our after show short rests that we record after every episode.
Yeah.
All these amazing things. Patreon.com/thedungeonrun. Free interactivity.
Yeah.
Hit it.
Free interactivity and a spot in our exclusive D&D campaign run by none other than Morgan Peter Brown.
Hi.
And I can tell you, he's an amazing DM.
Oh, thanks.
There's so many rewards at all the different levels.
That's correct. Patreon.com/thedungeonrun. Thank you to our patrons. As we've already said, the show wouldn't happen without you.
Indeed.
I think that's all.
Yeah, I'm excited about our next steps because, boy, we're back in it, and it feels good.
Back to you, Ron.
Yeah, me! The first thing you notice is the smell. The air is stale and decrepit, like an old cellar full of stone, dust, and debris, locked away from the sun for decades. There is no light in this space, only the echoes of darkness bouncing off the sandy stone pillars within the room. The second thing you notice is the sound. At first, you might mistake it for clicking or a cacophony of clacking. But as your ears adjust, you recognize it. Droning. The droning of thousands of tiny, shiny, green pearlescent shells as they claw and scramble to climb over, under, and around each other. If you were to light a torch, you could see what you hear. Millions of churning scarab beetles clinging to the sandstone around them. A mural of writhing viridescence within a vacant round chamber. As you watch, the scarabs begin to change and mold, as if responding to your watchful eye. At first, you wonder if the beetles have eaten or scratched away the surface of the stone, leaving chips and marks in seemingly random patterns. However, as you watch closer and longer, you realize they are covering a mural. As your eyes scan the wall, trying to make sense of the mesmerizing moments, you shake off the unmistakable attempt to worm into your mind. When you do, you notice it. There on the wall is the image of a crystal hanging in the air, pierced by a line escaping an eye set in the wall behind the crystal. The beetles move to your whim, scattering from around the crystal like pepper flakes in milk when a drop of soap touches the surface. Feather-like appendages now appear, holding on to the crystal as an owl-like figure raises it aloft. The line spreads from the crystal to other parts of the mural that the beetles still cover. An entire chamber shakes, and the beetles quickly huddle together again, swarming and droning louder. You concentrate on the crystal, and the light adjusts ever so slightly. Black as night, it catches even the smallest photons and reflects them to the eyes that watch. The crystal is obsidian. The chamber shakes again. Sand begins to stream into the chamber, slowly but deliberately, like a toddler attempting to pick up a new toy for the first time. A smaller section of beetles loses their grip and falls away like an avalanche of carapaces, a dais. Directly beneath the obsidian held aloft by the owl Animus, the owlkin's eyes are forever transfixed and wild on the dais. What's more, there are small lines within the feathers of the owlkin, the telltale markings of a burrowing subspecies. Now the chamber rumbles as whatever was holding it firm from below drops away, and sand pours into the chamber like a flooded corridor on a sinking ship. The sand is coming up even faster now, and the last thing you see on the wall, swarming scarabs as they fall away and bury themselves in the rising sand, is the line that spreads from the crystal into 5 other directions. As the light begins to fade slowly and the sound in your ear starts to muffle, your vision is clouded by sand. It is the last thing you see that gives you pause. 5 figures sitting around the dais, arms tied to their chairs and heads in their hands. Necks flat and pierced by the same line. A dragonborn, a Luxodon, an Ursaka, and an elf. As your eyes follow the final line to the 5th figure, the darkness takes you. The last thought that enters your mind before you slip into unconsciousness is feathers. The previous figure had feathers. Wings flap from a nearby tree as a few Garuru birds, with their rainbow coloring, speed off into the distance. There it is again, the barbarian thinks to himself. He turns from his fresh kill, scanning his surroundings through the jungle brush. He waits a moment, listening intently. After what feels like an eternity, with a look of concern, lost yet not forgotten, he turns back to his prize. The creature that had become the victim of this adept predator was unusual. Though it seemingly had 4 legs, the orc had explicitly seen the beast running through the forest upright, even if it had been hunched over when he first spotted it. When their eyes met, something instinctive in the creature told it to run, and it had. Fast. I wonder how it moved so quickly through the brush, the orc thinks to himself as he goes about his morbid task. The creature was covered in small, impenetrable scales. The barbarian glances at his broken javelins nearby, remembering how thick the creature's hide had been. Even the maul he carried, meant to handle the largest of prey in this jungle, had done little to hinder the beast. It had only been the orc's adrenaline that allowed him to grapple the creature and slowly drain the life from it. A good kill, he thinks, his respect for the creature evident in his actions. He knows his ancestors would smile upon his deed and hopes that the creature's own ancestors would be proud of what its life had meant and what its carcass would now mean to the orc's family. As he continued processing the animal, he pulled one of the scales from its hide to examine it. They were thick and beautiful, a pearlescent mix of green, blue, and yellow. Interesting adaptation, the orc thought to himself, his curiosity piqued. The creature's scales not only provided immense protection, but also helped it camouflage in the jungle. He put the scale in his mouth and bit it as a sailor might to check a coin, but he nearly bit his tongue off when his teeth made contact with the scale. A spark of energy shot through the scale into his teeth, causing the orc to scream into the jungle. As he recovered from the unexpected shock, and more gururu birds took flight, he heard it again. A slight rumble, followed by the sound of brush and wood cracking, as if a large tree had fallen a mile away. He paused, waiting in silence, his curiosity driving him to understand the source of the sound. Still as a mouse, he sat for hours until the sun began to dip in the sky. Satisfied that what he had heard was just the jungle doing what jungles do, the orc finalized his work. He dug a deep hole and built a fire within it. Carefully, he placed the meat of the animal over the heat and began to cook his meal.
Ogra will be pleased. I will bring home meat, a new hide, and a magic rock. She will give me 2 more daughters when she sees my progress.
Putting the obsidian shard away and pulling a makeshift bottle from his pack, he took a swig as he ate his meal. The meat was tough but tasty, nourishing him for his return trip to the village in the morning. Bite after bite, swig after swig, he soon fell asleep in his makeshift hunter's blind. The barbarian startled awake as a large tree fell right in the middle of his camp in the morning light, destroying what was left of his meal and crushing the carcass nearby. Danger signals flashed in his mind, and his adrenaline kicked in. He grabbed his pack and the secured hides and ran into the jungle, checking occasionally to see if he was being followed. The orc reminded himself of what Ogra had told him. Triple back, cover your tracks, keep the village safe. So he did just that. He cut east and ran for a few miles, then turned south and finally east again. When he reached a significant cliff descending into a gully, he climbed a tree. There, he waited in silence, listening as he had been trained, until the sun was high in the sky. It was just as the sun began to set again that the orc walked into his well-hidden village. Nestled among a large cluster of trees in a circle, he and his people had made the place home 5 years earlier. When the sky cracked, the sun turned red, and life had changed. His people had decided that living on the plains was slowly killing them, so they moved deep into the jungle. A few goblinoid children swarmed around the camp. A bugbear toddler stalked a goblin child twice his size, while an ogre, the size and age of an early preteen, threw rocks at a hobgoblin girl who teased him about the shape of his nose. This patch of jungle was home to Gurch, led by his spirit partner, Ogra, a ragtag band of goblinoids driven from the grasslands by the Leonin. The tribe had found refuge in Thassa City, but Ogra was aware of the troubles that such a welcome could bring their nomadic lifestyle. It was Gurch who had discovered the jungle, and specifically this circle of trees, leading him to become Ogra's spirit partner. In the 5 years they had been there, Gurch had fathered 2 children with Ogra, who greeted him upon his return. Twins, Krala and Kray. Their names were a mix of goblinoid words roughly translating to rage of the wind and voice of the wind. Papa! The twins screamed in unison at the sight of their father. He dropped his pack and hides and scooped them up in a rough embrace. He grabbed each of their ankles and held them upside down.
Did you make life harder for your mother?
He asked, waiting for their response. A hard life is a good life, they echoed, following their training. Gurch's heart stopped. He knew instantly that it wasn't his imagination when he saw the concerned look on his children's faces. Gurch put his children down and turned toward the tent flap of Ogra's shaman hut. Then he noticed the smell of incense. She was in her ritual trance.
Go inside,
Gurch commanded his children. But Mama, they protested.
No!
He barked, harder than he intended. It worked. His children quickly ran into the hut. Now the entire village had taken notice. The ground shook hard. More people began to stir, with children disappearing into homes and warriors emerging from their huts. This time, the ground shook violently enough that Gertsch lost his footing, and nearby huts collapsed to the ground. As he fell back into the hides that he had prepared, the treetops began to part. He screamed a sound that never escaped his throat. From the top of a palm tree miles away, a roar could be heard by a pair of garuru birds. Although the desert wasn't their natural habitat, it was the rainy season, and their usual home had been disturbed. As they watched, the trees at the edge of the jungle parted, and a creature standing nearly 70 feet high emerged from the foliage. If the birds had been sentient, they might have thought that what emerged was a creature straight out of their nightmares. Instead, they took to the skies. The gargantuan creature moved slowly and deliberately toward the oasis where the palm trees grew. It wasn't long before the creature had covered the distance from the jungle to the oasis. Some number of miles. Covered in a hard outer shell with spikes that dwarfed the palm tree itself, the beast paused just before reaching the oasis. It roared into the sky, revealing a mouth filled with human-sized teeth as sharp as a dagger. Its body shuddered as a large gurgling growl escaped. The creature began to turn slowly, like a dog looking for a comfortable place to lie down. As its body settled into the sand, it started to sink, slowly disappearing further and further. Its eyes became lulling and sleepy. As the final tip of its horns vanished below the sand, all that remained was the palm tree, the oasis, and the tip of an enormous pyramid.
My heart was reckless, pushed me to the edge, till nothing was left. Just like the sunset, a sky full of secrets, leaving me breathless.
Welcome, Christoff, to the table.
Thank you.
I'm excited to get started and to find some way to fold you into this group.
I have full faith.
I have faith too, but we'll see. Since last we saw Sir Camden, he has enjoyed traveling across the lands of the Feywild, though his reasons for doing so are less enjoyable than he had hoped. A new threat has arisen in the form of a large divine snake creature, rumored to be named Isoth. Queen Mab, the leader of the Seelie Court, and Faelshin, the former leader of the Unseelie Court, and also the peace treaty adjudicator of the Mab-Titania conflict, are still missing. As a result, the political climate back home has become chaotic. Sir Camden has been assisting the Green Path Order by protecting its inquisitors, known as the Verdant Few. To human and elves, the rules and regulations governing these individuals are controversial. Their tactics typically employed when Queen Mab has a valid and provable source Their tactics typically employed when Queen Mab has a valid and provable reason to suppress active rebellion are unsettling. They are allowed to interrogate whomever they choose about anything they want. And in rare cases, they even act as judges in executions when rebellion is uncovered. While they are expressly forbidden from killing anyone themselves, they often leave that dirty work to the soldiers of their order. The memory of the last war of the Fae Courts is still fresh in the centuries-long lifespan of the Fae. So far, the Verdant's few tactics have been relatively standard. However, with the Boggles responding to simple inquiries about the existence of this so-called she who slithers with guerrilla-style attacks, concerns are growing about the moral implications of their actions, shifting the focus to the immediate survival of their mission. Flora Florentine, the Summer Eladrin Grand Inquisitor, and a close confidant of the Queen, is determined to uncover the truth about the Snake God, believing it is yet another trick by Faelshin for some nefarious purpose. Fortunately, Boggles are notoriously poor at planning, fighting, and pretty much anything outside of creating alchemical reagents, especially the explosive kind. Yet, nothing about the recent months has been normal. Your dwindling force is deep within the Court of Oil's territory, and if the Boggles were astute enough to send word to the other Unseelie courts, war would surely follow. The potential consequences of the Boggles' actions are grave. The Order of the Green Path Knights is also profoundly divided on the correct path forward. If the rumors about Isoth are true, then the war is already upon them, and this group could end the conflict before it even begins. Conversely, if the rumors align with the Grand Inquisitor Florentine's beliefs and are just fabrications, then war may have already started, and this group started it. We begin as a soft, persistent hiss of rain falls against a taut canvas tent, its sound carrying through the bog like whispers beneath the earth. The camp of the Inquisition has been set up on the only high ground the swamp offers, a pale ridge of moss and shale, half swallowed by standing water. At the heart of the encampment, a grand tent pavilion rises taller than the others, a cathedral of fabric and iron poles. Its seams are sealed against the weather with banners of pale green and a white deer head clinging wetly to its sides. Around it, 7 lesser tents form a rough circle, each marked with the sigils of their divine order, that same white deer head on green field. Lanterns hang from spikes driven into the mud, their flames haloed in mist. The air is musky and stale, with hints of the stink of crude. Near the large tent stands the smallest of shelters, its ropes tight and its interior lit by the slow flicker of a single oil lamp. Outside of it, the chorus of insects drone with the gentle, continuous sigh of rain, while the faint bubbling of distant gas vents sings in the night. Within the narrow space, Sir Camden and Festivus share the uneasy warmth of close quarters. The walls ripple with every gust of wind, and droplets trace downward through the seams like beads of sweat. Honestly, I don't understand why she is doing what she is doing. This is wrong, Sir Camden.
Festivus, how many times have we done things that others say are wrong and we still get it done? This is no different. A job in a crude place to be achieved soon enough.
But you know, I grew up not far from here. The Boggles are odd and mischievous, but they're not evil, and they're not trying to take over. Why are we here? Who is this snake god? I have only heard the rumors. There isn't seem to be any evidence that we can find.
You ask questions as though you are an inquisitor yourself. Are we not the hired help in this situation?
Well, yes, but Sir Camden, you have taught me that being honest and open and understanding the realities around you are important. And look, the Green Path, you yourself used to be someone like me, lower of stature before you became a knight, and they listened to you then.
Things are changing. The political climate is completely different than it was merely months ago.
That's exactly my point. Queen Mab is nowhere to be found. How do we even know she gave the word?
I trust Our Lady's word, through and through. And yes, the verdant few are debatable in their actions, but they're not falsehoods. Let them do the work, we answer the call, and we'll be back home soon enough.
I get tired of this swamp and killing these creatures. We've lost half of our group.
I will kind of rub Festivus's shoulder a little. It's morning, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's early, late night,
Late
early
night.
morning, like before the sun has risen. You are definitely up after having the normal catch up of what happened during the day, the normal stuff that you're supposed to do before you go to bed for the order.
Sure.
Making notes, checking all of your canteens, making sure your weapons are clean, your armor's clean, that kind of stuff.
Sure. After rubbing Festivus's shoulder, I'll say,
And that visibly relaxes him. You can see that he does respond well to this, and you know that. That's the reason you did what you did.
you ask so many questions with answers that I do not have. What would you have me say to you?
Well, I haven't had the courage to ask you yet, but do you support what Florentine is suggesting we do?
My personal effects on this matter are minimal, but no, I do not think that the actions the last few days have been entirely worth it, and certainly not for the losses of our friends. But what would you have us do? Head back towards the palace when we are so far from it, and so deep within a mission that we do not know the full details of? It puts us in a most dangerous position.
There's a reason I'm not the leader. I hate seeing these creatures fall upon us like they do and perish, taking some of our friends with them, when I know that they are just defending their homeland.
The Boggles have done their fair share of actions, disagreeable in nature and dangerous. But, yes, we have cut down a few innocent lives in the fray. You're reminding me of when I believed the word of Queen Mab so purely that I didn't question it at all. But I've grown a bit and understand that, unfortunately, things like this are more complicated than we realize.
Yes, politics has always escaped me. I'm much better at the daily rituals and
You are.
candle lightings of clerichood. It has been wonderful serving you. My good night.
There you are saying serving me again. Is it not merely mutual? Your prayers and your spells have done more than enough to keep me alive throughout the fight.
Yes, but that takes study and time, whereas yours takes courage and flesh.
And time. But yes, I am courageous and will continue to be courageous as your knight. And in the moment, I need you to be courageous as well, because such doubtful things will not help us on the battlefield.
A familiar sound interrupts your conversation. The deliberate clang of metal on metal, like a gauntlet striking a shield in rhythm. Once, twice, 3 times, and then silence settles in. Outside, a woman's voice pierces the damp air. Sir Camden of the Green Path, Cleric Festivus of the Green Path, attend me outside your shelter. The Grand Inquisitor commands. Her words carry the weight of her authority. Festivus turns to you, his eyes get confused and widen. What time is it? He begins to fumble around. He is not in his armor and knows that if he is to answer her, he must. And so he begins to quickly put on his chainmail as the silence weighs outside.
I will do the same, but honestly, I'll just kind of pull up whatever sleeping garments I'm like. I'll put on.
You know that when you're the familiar sound of that is knights drumming on their
so
shield.
it's like
you're being
summoned.
honor summoned. Yeah, so
Okay.
you need to be in full regale when you
I have my mithril armor, yes?
yeah.
So I can just kind of...
just snap and it literally comes off the where it was being held and slams onto your body and begins to sort of magically attach itself where the straps
Sure.
are. And I mean, it happens within 6 seconds for you to just sort of be ready.
I'll use a bit of time to help Festivus get there.
He does not have that.
Because I do not.
And as
need-
you do that, he goes, I really need to get armor like that. And you've worn this armor, but it is clearly made from elven mithril. It's beautiful, hard to look at in light sometimes, and it's clear that the magic that has been woven within the chainmail itself also follows a very beautiful green pearlescent hue. And it takes you about 5 to 10 minutes to get with assistance. It's about 2 to 3, but finally get his full scale mail on and ready to go. And he pulls his prayer book and his mace and sets it on his side and straightens himself and says, "I believe we are ready, sir."
I'll say slowpoke as I leave the tent.
He pushes the tent open for you. Outside, as you exit the tent, the rain has subsided to a mist, and casting a surreal glow on the bog as the water reflects the torchlight. 4 Inquisitor clerics of the Verdant Few stand in a half circle before your tent, their armor also glistening in the torchlight. At the center, elevated upon a plank of oil-soaked wood, stands Grand Inquisitor Flora herself, red hair, her half-elven ears poking out from it. Her green enameled armor seems to be polished to mirror-like sheen. It is not like yours. It is very less magical and more hand-polished. Her helm cradled under one arm, her eyes bright and merciless beneath her hood.
Grand Inquisitor, apologies for the delay. I'll take a knee.
Yeah, and Festivus does the same. She says, "A matter stands before you, brothers. You may stand. Come forth."
Move forward.
As you move into the center of the half circle, the knights seem to sort of shift to put a square formation between you. That immediately, you don't even need to roll on that. Your passive understanding of tactics makes that like
We're kind of
they
getting
think
surrounded.
they may need to square down on you. It's
Okay.
literally squaring down on someone. And it's clear their faces seem pretty grim. They have their helmets on and their masks down, but you're getting a sense of this is.
I'll put my hand on my sword, but
They
not
all begin to
aggressively.
sort of move at that, and she goes, not yet.
What's the meaning of this?
By right of command and covenant, judgment is called. You know that to mean, this is the honorable phrase that your order uses, or specifically the Verdant Few, that they're about to do an execution, or at least have a court of execution. But you are very familiar with this, in that she's the judge, the jury, all of it.
Sure.
And she clangs her helmet against her armor, and 2 of the knights, the back pair, grab Festivus and hold him tight, pulling him towards her. They seem to leave you alone, but the other 2 definitely square on you.
I'm gonna speak up and be like, Grand Inquisitor, please.
Quiet,
This is unacceptable.
Sir Camden. You know the laws.
What is he being charged with?
Festivus of the Green Path Order, you are hereby charged with treason. Do not lie to me, Festivus. We have already placed a circle around you. You cannot lie to me. I will know. Festivus, roll insight
On behalf of him.
for you
Okay.
when you look at Festivus.
Ooh, 9.
He seems confused to you, but there's a shiftiness to his eyes that is a little catches you off guard slightly. And she says, "Have you, or have you not, Festivus, sent secret communique to the king of the Boggles. Festivus looks down, looks at you. Yes, I have.
Oh, under my breath, say, Festivus, why?
He saved me when I was little. I owe him.
Grand Inquisitor, you must understand this is Festivus's home region. He is perhaps a bit biased in his treatment of the Boggles. We can work on it, and I will take him under my arm, specifically so that this will not happen again.
Sir Camden, you know the rules of rebellion, especially when we are mobilized.
I understand, but there must... Without his assistance, our men will fall faster. We need his healing magics.
And with his assistance, our tactical situation becomes harder. Festivus, you are hereby sentenced to execution. But I... Quiet!
Grand Inquisitor, I cannot allow this.
Allow it. You shall be doing the executing.
By the name of the path, I cannot, in good faith, execute a member of my own.
In the name of your order, you will do as I command, sir. Kneel, Festivus. The two soldiers force him down on his knees. You can see he begins to just cry. Tears begin to stream down his face.
I also begin to cry.
You can see that he is extremely scared, and he's looking at you.
Just sit down. Okay. So...
The Grand Inquisitor begins to pace back and forth, and she's going about the official wording and saying, I won't go into it here because it's very long-winded, but she's basically reading him the version of Miranda rights.
His last words.
Like his last words and rights.
Okay,
as you have time. You see the other two knights that are sort of keeping you in their sights are a little off kilter as well. You can tell from their body movements
what I kinda wanna
things
know.
are a little weird.
Right, like they don't want to do this either?
The two that have Festivus held, they're cold. You can tell from their body movements. They knew what was happening. They're here to do this. The other two you can tell, again, your knowledge of these individuals. You fight side by side with them all the time. That these two probably are as shocked as you about what's going on.
So this is by the law, my order.
Yes. When they are mobilized and they find provable rebellion, this is allowed.
I will teary kind of yell at Festivus, be like, is this the meaning for your questions this morning? You jeopardized yourself with doubt? For what reason?
I owe him my life.
No.
He saved me.
No, you owe the order your life. You owe the path your life. Why have you become so lost so quickly?
Look at what we're doing. It's wrong. And he looks at the Grand Inquisitor when he says that. It's wrong. And she turns and says, it's the law.
I will pull my sword out.
You see the other two also step back. The ones that are squaring on you step back and pull their swords as well, levy their shields. Again, it feels to them that this is not at least from your perspective, that this is not a thing they want to do right now.
I'll appeal to the Inquisitor one more time.
Okay.
I will put him directly under my order. He will not do a single thing outside of your approval. I guarantee it. Please do not make me do this.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Charisma Daddy, let's go. Oh no. Oh no. Persuasion is 10.
Mine was a nat 20.
These dice.
Mine was a nat 20. She looks at you, and she looks at the two knights that are standing on you, and they say, defend me, kill Sir Camden. At that moment,
Okay.
as the moment seems to slow down to a crawl, you know it, right? This is the moment before battle starts. You're having, it's that milliseconds of, I have to kill these people. When a wet pop ripples through the mist. Then another. Boom! Strikes with such violence that it lifts the ground beneath the two holding Festivus's feet. The camp gates burst outward in a shower of splinters and oil. Burning shards arc through the rain like shooting stars, filling the world with acrid smell of pitch and iron. Through the smoking breach, you hear as tiny, purple-skinned, huge-headed, large, missized, bulbous eyes of multiple boggles run to the gate that they've blown open. As you roll initiative.
Oh, yeah. Boggles. You died for these, Festivus? My initiative is 15.
All right.
A slow boy.
You will go after 20 and after one bottle. As you watch the gate explode, you can see from where you're standing, there are probably dozens of boggles that are now running towards the gate.
Sure.
This is typical. You've run into this numerous times. The explosions, usually not as
Big.
well timed or big or effective.
Sure.
They tend to be, they pick them up and drop them and explode themselves, or a variety of mishaps, as boggles are tend to. These seem to be pretty adept. Each creature that you see, there are about 5 at the gate, carry a glass sphere filled with a green-white fluid. You can also see that every occasionally a little black glob of fluid also is sort of writhing within this the glass.
Little lava lamp?
Like a little lava lamp of green, white, and black. Exactly, perfect. One by one, on initiative 20, they lob.
Okay.
They run forward 30 feet and lob their orbs, seemingly at you through the gate. But something strange happens, and you've seen boggles do this before. They can open small dimensional rifts that are invisible to the eye and step through like doors, almost like if you've ever played the game Portal. Sort of like that. They can make one and go through another door that's within range. And so what you see is they throw these globs and they disappear from view, and they come out of your tent flap and land amongst all of you.
Sure.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
These dice, my goodness. Dexterity save, 12.
Okay, you take 13 fire damage
Okay.
and 13 acid damage.
All right, we take it full.
As these glass spheres explode in the dirt, part of the green liquid and the black liquid seem to spray on you and burn you in various ways. Screams rise as some of the soldiers vanish into half-formed doors that seal around their limbs. As boggles use the gate to boonk into
Oh my
and
gosh.
severing a soldier's arm as the rift opens and the boggle pops out.
And this is far more advanced than
Far more advanced. They usually need doorways in order to make the rifts, but now they're able to at least one half of the rift make it where there's not even a door.
Sure. Sir Camden no longer cares about the execution. We're gonna die from these boggles.
Your dexterity saving throw, you also fall prone.
Okay.
From the shattered gate on 15, what is your dexterity modifier?
+1.
Okay, this one goes first. Theirs is +7. From the shattered gate, a massive serpentine form pushes through the fog. A coil as thick as a redwood tree trunk. The gates are only open enough that they begin to buckle and bend the size of this snake as it scales as it slithers through the gate, scales black, green, and glistening with venom. This is Isoth. Her head rises high enough to blot out the moon. Her eyes resemble twin furnace doors, red and fiery. She hisses, and soldiers and boggles alike within 30 feet of her fall in terror. Make a charisma saving throw.
A 12. I have a +10 to charisma saving throws.
Man, your
Like
hands
that.
begin to tremble.
Crazy.
Your blade feels impossibly heavy. Your heartbeat, you can hear it in your ears, screams around you, war like you haven't felt in a very long time. You can see Festivus on his knees, weeping in his hands. The Grand Inquisitor seems to be shouting orders to no one you can see. Half of her face melted and fired, full of fire. Isoth, on her turn, moves. She surges forward in speed so fast you have to blink to make sure you saw it. Her tail swipes the Grand Inquisitor, sending her body flying over the gate, the walls of the camp.
That's crazy.
A boggle nearby runs and grabs Festivus, picking him up and tossing him through one of the doors. Those invisible doors. Festivus disappears from your view. It is your turn.
Does he appear anywhere else within,
You would have to make a perception check. You can do it as a bonus action.
If I can do it as a bonus action,
I'll give you a
sure.
perception check as a bonus action.
So I've got my sword out.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah, we gotta look for this guy.
Ability checks are at disadvantage because you are currently under the effects of fear,
All right, well,
even as a paladin.
so perception with disadvantage is a 4. This dice is out, out.
The misty rain is making the fog worse, and with all the detritus in the air and the bombs going off, there's just too much smoke. It's hard to even see what I'm describing to you.
Yeah. I'm going to activate...
What you can see right now, where you're standing, is two of the soldiers that were holding Festivus are clearly dead.
Sure.
And you saw the Inquisitor get launched over the gate. You can see Isoth. She stands about 20, 30 feet high, and she's a very large snake. There is a boggle that is left over from where he tossed Festivus, but he's standing there and he turns to you.
It's to trigger my sword's aura. It's an action or a bonus action? When the weapon is created...
It is an action, as the spell is.
Okay, so in that case, I'm gonna kind of turn around in this misty rain, gauge who's up and not see anyone that's like borderline dead yet, and I'll just swing at the nearest boggle. But I'm going to try to move. I don't want to take on Isoth directly. I'm trying to kind of get around, get out of the gate, like not be trapped in this camp. But I'm gonna first make an attack at the nearest boggle.
All right, go ahead and make an attack. Yeah, I mean there are plenty of boggles that seem to be running around
I'm just
and not really knowing what they're
kind
doing.
of slashing, hack and slash.
I think you get 2 attacks, right?
Yes. Attacks per action too.
Yeah.
Awesome. The first one's a 24 to hit,
Yeah, that definitely hits a boggle.
and the second one's higher than that.
Yeah, that also hits a boggle.
Great. Screw you, boggles. The first attack is an 11 points of damage.
One boggle, it comes by and running, has a orb in his hand, and he runs and tries to jump at you, and you slice him down the center as the sphere lands at your feet and doesn't explode.
Can I passively kick it away, or?
You could use your second attack to kick it at something.
Okay, kick it at Isoth.
Okay, great. Make an attack with your second. Do you remember what your second attack roll is?
Oh, I do remember which was 19 plus 8, so 27.
Yeah, that hits an Isoth. You can roll 3d6.
Okay, cool.
As fire and 3d6 as acid.
Oh yeah, that's way stronger than my sword. Okay, the 3d6 as fire is going to be 9 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And the 3d6 as acid is 8 points of acid.
You can see she recoils from the fire, but the acid doesn't seem to
Sure.
hurt her at all. And she looks at you and says, "You would bleed for them, little knight."
I'm going to scream Festivus as I'm moving whatever movement I can
Okay.
to get a better vantage point. So I think through the gates, if I...
Yeah, so
That's
you
the
can
only
move.
exit,
Yeah,
right?
30. You can move 30 feet.
Okay.
Towards the exit, which gets you about 10 feet away from the gate because the
Okay.
camp is not super big.
Yeah.
As you move, Isoth uses a legendary action to keep up with you.
Okay.
You can see she doesn't close the gap, but she does sort of
Sure.
parallel you to
And
sort of
she's
stop you
huge.
from stops you from being able to go through the
Okay.
gates. Yeah.
Very Jafar
Because
moment.
she's very big. Yeah. As she moves into place, just as she does, you can see as you're running towards the gate, there's one boggle who's very close to the gate that seems to look at Isoth, and it's strange to you because the boggle doesn't seem wide-eyed and crazy like you've seen the other guerrilla-style attacks from these boggle. This one seems to be staring right at you with intent. And as Isoth moves in to block the doorway, he slips to the side, and you see him disappear from view,
Okay.
as if he went through one of his rifts.
Okay.
On 20, there are more explosions throughout the camp. You hear more, "Ah! Oh!" You know, the sounds of death
Sure.
and destruction that war brings. And on 15, Isoth rears her head back and screams in your direction. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Because you are not, because you are from the Feywild, you get advantage on this roll.
Okay. It was wisdom save, right? Okay, that's good. 18. Oh, I get
You
advantage?
hear her say, you hear her say something in a snake-like tongue. Two boggles next to you literally rip their own throats out and fall to the ground.
Oh.
Whereas you feel like your muscles want to do something,
Sure.
but you're able to swallow it down.
Sure. We're gonna die.
And she says, "Ah!"
Okay.
It is your turn.
If I were to detect good, would that sense Festivus? No, it's more of like an angels and demons kind of
Yeah, it's more of like,
Fae and or
natively
fiends.
good things
Okay,
rather
okay.
than people who are good. Yeah, doesn't it detect alignments?
I mean, if she's killing her own soldiers, I'm not going to worry about hacking them down. I'm going to use the action to channel my aura of vitality.
Okay.
I'll kind of hold my sword up in
Yeah.
the air, maybe clang it on my shield once, be like, "Path on me!" Like whoever's around to kind of huddle up towards me, and I'll.
So you can choose to heal one person 2d6.
I mean, me for now, because
Are you a paladin of the Order of the Green Path? Mm-hmm. It is maximized.
wonderful. Yeah, I'll take the 12. 2d6, you said? I'll take the 12.
Okay.
Which was still less than what I took. So
Yes,
we are
a
not
little bit
full.
less than what you took.
Okay, cool. So I'll take the 12,
Okay.
and so I really can't move around Isoth, it seems.
Yeah, she's blocking that gate that exploded. Now there's, more camp behind you, or to the side.
Yeah.
It is a very foggy.
I want to get away from her.
Of course.
And I don't know where that other boggle went, so I'll try to close the line of sight between me and her,
Okay.
if that means going behind a tent.
Yeah, so
or-
your own tent, actually, which is behind
Sure.
you. So you sort of
kinda back
turn
away.
30 feet back
Yeah.
the way you came.
Shield at the ready.
As you back up towards the tent, intending to go around it, but getting towards the tent flap itself, that same boggle appears
The
from the
weirdo?
tent flap, grabs your arms, and pulls you through
Okay.
the portal.
Great.
The fall is endless.
Not great.
You tumble through a corridor of blurred light and shadow. Oh, sorry, one thing. As he does so, he whispers to you, "This is for Failshin," and he pulls you through the portal. The fall is endless. Sir Camden, You tumble through a corridor of blurred light and shadow, colors bleeding into one another until they drain entirely away. The world becomes gray. Sound fades into the distance. Your stomach twists with every flicker of motion as if your body is being turned inside out. Then, with the weight of a hammer striking an anvil, you land hard. The ground, surprisingly, is soft and cold. Thick moss over stone. You retch once, entering the contents of your stomach from the previous night, from your previous meal. When you finally raise your head, you find yourself surrounded by enormous oak trees that cover the sky. Their trunks are silvered with age, and their roots weave between rows of small, moss-covered gravestones. The forest stretches endlessly in every direction, with gravestones peppered among the fog. It is only then that you realize everything you see is in gray, like a grayscale world. A sound disturbs your stillness. The slow click on stone. From between the oaks emerges a spider the size of a bear. Its armored plates gleaming with purple sheen that shifts like spilled oil. Atop it rides a man no taller than a halfling, though his presence seems to fill the clearing. His face is sharp and pale, framed by thick lamb chops and a thin-lipped smile that never quite reaches the sides of his mouth. His large, mist-sized, bulging eyes, one larger than the other. A tall black top hat sits crocked at a jaunty angle. His suit is impeccable and striped. This is Visscher, now known as the god of secrets and deals, and as you know him, the former king of the Unseelie. Missing. With one hand resting on a cane of dark glass with a mammoth skull atop it. In the shape, it's still small, fits in his hand. His other hand idly strokes his left lamb chop as his gaze locks upon you. Darling, it appears an insect has invaded our haven. As you look around and settle yourself to try to you're very disoriented and out of...
I just puked.
Yeah, and you, as far as you know, your body felt like it was turned inside out. You've never done a teleport, but you've heard about it, and that sounds a lot like one. A shimmer of mauve light flows through the fog as the temperature starts to rise gradually. The scent of lilac and frost spreads through the air as another figure steps from between the trees. This one you know quite well. She towers over both of you, tall and radiant, her hair cascading in hues that shift from gold of summer wheat to the silver of winter snow. Her eyes are both calm and terrible. Her smile invites devotion and ruin. This is Queen Mab. Peace, husband. The boy's fall was no accident. Visscher looks at Mab. What do you mean? She says. I brought him here under your name. Visscher puts his hand in his head. What have you done, my love? She looks at you and offers her hand.
I take it
She helps you stand.
weakly. I kind of put my hand over my stomach, and sword still in my hand, shield still on my arm. My queen, I am confused. We were just attacked moments ago. Many of your men are dying.
Yes. Unfortunately, I am and Visscher are trapped here.
My lady, where is here?
I don't have enough time to explain all of this to you, but where I am sending you, well, where I'll attempt to send you, they will tell you. I need you to do me a favor. I have a daughter, and I have found her. Felshin says, I maybe don't trust a paladin, dear. And she looks at him. As she turns her head, you can see her skin turns pale white, and she turns to a winter Eladrin. Her hair goes silver white, and she says, Quiet, you! I am speaking to one of my denizens. And he, fine, it's fine. I'm gonna go over here. And he turns.
He's riding the spider.
He's riding the spider. And the spider, as it turns, it's all 8 of its eyes are looking at you, and you can see it sort of hiss at you a bit. And he says, It's okay, Mammut. Let's go. And he rides the spider around a tree, disappearing from your view.
Sure.
And she lifts you up, and as she lifts you up, you begin to sort of float in the air, and a ring of flowers begins to appear below your feet and hers, and the ground begins to sort of churn. And as you look at it, you can see that there are a lot of glowing rainbow-colored worms that are digging this dirt between the circle of flowers. And she says, because of my daughter, I was able to save us. But she is in great danger. You must tell them the gauntlet won't hold.
Yes, Your Highness.
They will have some time, but they've locked them away with the fetid father. He will surely consume every single one of them. They must find the mural.
Sir Camden has a great memory.
And she, suddenly, as she's talking to you, she stops and she sort of looks as if she's looking somewhere deeper in the forest. We must hurry. We are being hunted. Long story. More later, hopefully. Coco. Protect her as if she is one of your own.
This is your daughter?
Yes. Well, it's a long story. Protect her.
I nod eagerly in agreement, but then I do go to speak. I understand that there's an urgency, but...
And she pushes your head down as you sink into the dirt. And the falling begins again. And that is where we will end this evening's session. Okay. How do you feel?
I feel good.
It's a lot, huh?
A lot for Sir Camden.
Yeah, a lot. Yep, I wanted to give you a lot.
Cool.
And, you know, the thing in D&D that I often love, and it's a joke made many times, is like, oh, look, a trustworthy fellow.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to give you a little bit of...
Oh, no, I was there. I saw it all.
Yeah, of things to weave in, so it's not just like
Yes.
you show up and they're like, oh, we trust him.
Yeah.
It's fine. He's got a helmet on. It's good. So you have a little bit. I'm sure none of it makes sense to you.
The marriage already is making me confused. Marriage.
Their marriage, yeah. Yeah, that was...
Yeah, Sir Camden would have been like husband.
Yep.
Queen Mab, this is the
What?
enemy.
Yeah, what? Yeah. So lots of things for you to figure out and share, which I'm very excited about. But
Cool.
Fantastic work.
Thanks.
I threw you into something.
Yeah, that was a lot.
It was a lot.
But I've seen Isoth then.
Yes, you have laid eyes upon Isoth. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yep. Not many have done that and lived to tell a tale. for sure.
Festivus made a mistake. Festivus made a big mistake.
Debatable, I'm sure.
He might have done the right thing, but it was
made
against
a
the
mistake
law.
for sure. Yep.
And we
Laws are
follow the
laws.
law.
They fought a version of Isoth at the end of Broken Ring.
Yes.
Yep.
That was like you said. You've lived to tell
Yep.
the tale of Isoth
Yep.
twice now.
Twice now. Yep.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah.
was also
Yeah,
thinking.
That was a big ass snake too.
Yeah. Yep.
But we didn't beat Isoth.
He did, but
Yeah.
there was something ephemeral about it.
Yeah, like an avatar.
This was clearly not the same thing that you fought before.
Okay.
Clearly physical, real.
No, that was cool.
Yeah.
And the boggles chopping people's arms off. I just
Yeah,
watched,
with dimensional rifts.
I just watched Loki.
Oh, yeah.
I'm way behind, and it reminded me of the Time Doors.
Yeah.
And how they just
Yeah, very much. I mean,
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
similar in that concept.
Yeah.
You can't see them; they're invisible.
Yeah,
Boggles
yeah,
make
yeah.
them invisible, but yeah, definitely sort of doing that situation where it's like, oh, I'm here, now I'm over there.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready to roll with this guy. I have to like remember all of his actions,
Yeah,
but like
there's a lot.
he hits things.
Real hard.
Yeah, and he
Doesn't
has,
save a lot, but he hits
no.
things.
Oof, those rolls were
Those rolls were
bad. They were all
horrible.
sub 5. Yeah, lesson learned. I will not
Man.
forget my dice again.
Well, Christoff, it's exciting to have you at the table. I cannot wait for you to join the others.
My pleasure. I can't wait either.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool.
Good.